Oh, what are you two looking at?
Oh, we are looking at the Lian Geok page. He fought hard and contributed greatly to the Malaysian Chinese Education Society.
I remember that my teacher told me about Mr. Lian Geok. He's also known as the soul of the Malaysian Chinese.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have been able to learn Chinese language in this time.
But what did he do? Let me tell some of his stories.
At the time, all the Confucian schools were truly ruins, particularly not existent. All the table and chair are broken.
We need to do something to rebuild the school.
But we'll need a lot of tables, chairs, blackboards, and school supplies to rebuild it. But we don't have any money.
Oh no, what should we do?
I raised some pig from my hometown. I can sell it and use this money for our wood supplies.
You are a hero, Mr. Lim. Thank you so much.
It's nothing. Anything is for the Chinese education.
In the next 2 years, he sold all the pig he has raised, which amount to a few $1,000s, and donate them all to rebuild Zhong Kong.
We finally have completed the tables and chairs. Our children finally can continue the Chinese education.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lim.
After the war, the lives of Chinese school teachers were extremely difficult.
I'm sick. I don't even have enough money to see a doctor.
Being a teacher is so hard. Why did I even choose this job? I'm so tired of this world. I hope that my descendant won't follow my path. This cannot continue. I must fight for the teachers' welfare, or else our descendant won't have a chance to study. Thank you all for being here. I want to share a sad story that moved me deeply. There was a poor teacher who felt he had no choice but to end his own life. Before he died, he wrote that he hoped none of his family would ever become teachers because of how tough life he was.
That's really sad. Being a teacher is so hard.
They struggle with sickness without money for treatment, and when they die, they can't even afford a coffin. This can't continue.
What can we do to help them?
We need to come together to form the Kuala Lumpur Chinese School Teachers Welfare Fund to help teachers in need. We should also build a place for our associates to meet and plan for our future.
But what about our salaries and working conditions?
We will fight for a retirement fund so teachers can retire with dignity, and we will push for the fair pay that respect the hard work we do. Let's also use events like Teachers' Days to show how important teachers are in our society.
Under the leadership of Lian Geok, he founded the Kuala Lumpur Chinese School Teachers Association in the year 1949 to inspire teachers to fight for their rights and improve education for all.
1951, in a meeting of the Kuala Lumpur Chinese School Teachers Association, a teacher raised a problem regarding the Barnes Report.
The government proposed a new education plan called the Barnes Report. They are trying to create a nation school as a substitute of another school.
Yes, in doing so, they plan to focus the teaching of Malay and English so that the demand for Chinese and Tamil school will disappear. We shouldn't stay silent. I propose that we can create a big meeting of all the Chinese school teachers in Malaya to gather together and stand against any threats to our way of teaching. Together, we are stronger.
Lian Geok gathered teachers and leaders from across Malaya to address the issue of the Barnes Report.
Hello colleagues, thank you all for being here today. We're facing a big challenge with the Barnes Report that could change how we teach and how our school runs.
Mr. Lim, this report could make things harder for us. It might take away our ability to decide what is the best for our students and schools.
Yes, the Barnes Report is a serious threat. We must work together to make sure our voices are heard.
What can we do to fight back and protect our schools?
We need to use this meeting to plan. We need to write down what we worry about and what change we want to see. Then we will talk to government leaders and show them why this change matters to us.
Mr. Lim, your leadership has brought us together. How can we get more people in our communities to support us?
Together, we had a big voice. Let's spread the word in our neighborhood talk to our friends and family, and explain why this is important for our children's life.
What's our next step after this meeting?
We will form teams to write down our ideas and plan protests if needed. We also meet with lawmakers to share our concerns and push for changes that protect our schools.
Yes, let's form a big team to discuss and lead us to oppose the Bun's report.
I suggest that we can form a United Chinese School Communities Association to fight for our welfare.
But how do we make sure that our voices are heard and we really make a difference?
By staying united and not giving up, together we can ensure that our teachers are respected and that our school have the resources they require to succeed. What we are fighting for is the right of the entire nation, not the individual's job.
Lian Geok's spirit successfully inspired everyone to defend Chinese education and affected the Chinese people's feeling about preserving their own national culture and native language. After their protests, the government came up with the Fen Wu report, which stated that Chinese education should be mandated around Malaya.
However, this was opposed by the Malay society. Hence, the government came up with the Educational Act of 1952. But the act did not mandate Chinese education either. So, Lian decided to speak up by meeting Tunku Abdul Rahman and push for changes.
On January 12, 1955, Mr. Lian and his team had talks with Tunku Abdul Rahman in Malacca. This was also known as the famous Malacca Talks.
I think the Educational Act 1952 is not fair, and I propose that we create a better education system that can preserve the language of all races.
This is not only focused on the Chinese language and society, but we also hope that every races get a chance to learn their own language and their own culture. And we would also like to propose to establish Dong Jiazhong as the representative of Chinese education.
Alright, what if we abolish the Educational Act 1952 and create a fair and reasonable education policy for all ethnic groups? I also promise to increase the subsidy for all Chinese schools by 2 million yuan.
Alright, we are satisfied with these terms.
Following this in 1956, the Razak Report was implemented. Malay medium schools would be known as national, while other languages schools would be known as national type. In the early years following the 1957 Malaysian Independence Act, existing Chinese, Tamil, and mission schools accepted government funding and were allowed to retain their medium of instructions as long as they adopt the national curriculum.
Oh wow, our predecessors really went through a lot to let us continue the Chinese education.
Yes, and not only that, he also gave the rights to other races to continue their education. We must appreciate his and his team hard work.
Yeah, but I think there could be another way to solve the problem they face.
What is it?
I think that Mr. Lim can organize a community fundraiser within the Chinese community instead of only him donating all his savings.
Oh yeah, since leaders need to have trust in their teammates, I think Mr. Lim should also learn to rely on his teammates more as well. This can also strengthen the trust between their team and also their community.
Through community fundraiser, we can provide financial support which can help with facility, resources and teacher salary.
Besides that, I think Mr. Lim should also hold talks during the fundraiser to spread awareness of the importance of Chinese education to the community.
As we are all Chinese, we should also learn how to preserve our culture and language.
Yes, as Mr. Lim said, national culture is the national soul.
Oh, the teacher is coming.
For our reflection, we think that Mr. Lian teaches us the real value of education. He believes that a country's power is delivered from the educational system. His commitment to Chinese education in Malaysia shows us how important it is to ensure everyone receives the high-quality education.
Besides that, the fight for our educational rights led by Mr. Lian served us the important lesson of activism. It put in a lot of effort to ensure that Chinese schools remain open and also students could continue to learn their native language. His tenacity showed us the importance to always stand up for our rights and no matter how hard things could get.
Other than that, we think that Mr. Lian also teaches us how to be persistent in achieving our goals, because despite facing many challenges from the political side or even the society, he still preserved to fight for our Chinese education. And next, he also demonstrated to us the importance of the tenacity in pursuing goals, which means to never give up. And last, we learned from him that no matter how difficult things become, we need to keep going forward to achieve our goals, inspired by his determination to preserve the Chinese education.
Moreover, Mr. Lian also recognized the importance of the community, so he did not work alone by himself. He inspired the teachers, parents, students to support his cause. This shows us that major change might appear when we work together as a team. When we band together, we can do more amazing things.
Lastly, cultural appreciation is also demonstrated by Mr. Lian Geok's commitment to preserving the Chinese language through education. His efforts have led to the continuation of the Chinese language and Chinese customs in Malaysia. He also serves as a reminder of the importance to continue our rich and cultural past.
And in conclusion, we learned that we should cherish education,
Stand up of own right, persevere,
Collaborate
and protect our culture in remembering
Mr. Lim Lian Geok.
Thank you.
Hello, colleagues. Thank you all for being here today. Before he died, he wrote that he